Hey y'all, what's up? Listen, don't kick me. Do not kick me. I know it's been too long. I wanted to do a video on where I am in my career and like what's been going on. And I know a lot of you all really enjoy my career content. I still get a lot of questions about it now, and yeah, let's do an update. Let's do a quick little update. Okay, so the last content or the last videos that I have up were basically I was going through a transition between being a registrar in the ED and going to work from home as an appeals analyst or appeals collector. Now that I am a claims processor in the revenue cycle department. I can appreciate my registrar days because when you're a registrar, you're more front end. You're interacting with patients. You still have to have a level of good customer service, good hospitality when you're in a registrar role, and as well as getting the money, making sure you get all the information you need. And I didn't really realize how important that was while I was in that position until I started working more on the back end with billing and claims. And so yeah, let's get into that. So first, for those of you who are in the medical field in more of a clerical role, I feel like revenue cycle and going that trajectory is very lucrative. It's very interesting. It's really a good path to take if you're in that role, if you're not too clinical. You know what I mean? I've never really been too clinical. I think the closest I've been to like a clinical role was when I first started working in the medical field, and I worked as a unit clerk actually I worked on the neurosurgery floor. I worked around neurosurgeons, and I was a clerk. And then they changed the role because that's when our facilities years ago got into Epic. If anybody work in the medical field, a lot of facilities now are using Epic. And at the time they were transitioning into Epic. And so our roles changed. And what once was a unit clerk, we became what they call support techs. So we were more so like in and out of the rooms, way more patient contact, helping, doing turns throughout the day, almost acting like a liaison to CNAs or like PCAs, patient care techs and stuff. So it was at that moment I knew, yeah, I can't be clinical. I can't be clinical. I'm really not shaped out for this. Let me take another route. So my registrar wasn't my first position. I guess it's more clerical, but that's neither here nor there. I just kind of wanted to give everybody kind of, just a little background of kind of my trajectory and how it's important, because it's how I got to where I am now. Anyway, so I encourage anybody, like, when you become a registrar, it's really a foundation. It's really, you get to know insurance, you get to know just the basic fundamentals of insurance and billing and claims and all of the above. At the time, because of the, how can I put this? Because of the environment that comes with being in the emergency room, it could be jarring at first, But it's so now looking back, and hindsight is 2020. So so it was very necessary. It's very necessary to get to, I guess, where I am currently. So anyway, bringing you all up to speed. Yes, I am a claims processor, aka like insurance claims specialist. So basically, when claims come into, I work more of a follow-up aspect of it. So like I'm basically making sure that our facilities are getting paid correctly. So it's up to me to make sure that that's happening. um so basically, I am conducting adjustments on claims. I am following up with the payers to make sure, hey, this is a certain type of inpatient claim. I work with Medicare Advantage plans. So, hey, like this specific plan right here, this specific insurance plan says that you are supposed to pay us at this amount, so why haven't you? So I do that. That's what I do now. And you really have to make sure your calculations are right. You have to make sure your numbers are right. You have to make sure, like, before you call these payers, that you know exactly what you're talking about. You definitely have to know more than what, because if anybody knows, with insurance companies, they're trying to not pay to in certain aspects. So it's my job now is to make sure that happens. And it's more back end. Yeah, it's way more back end with it. I don't with registrar and clerical, and if anybody works with scheduling and stuff like that, it's more front end. You're working more directly with patients, which can be taxing. Y'all don't have to tell me. I know, I've done it. So instead of arguing, I'm not going to say arguing, instead of going back and forth with patients, I'm doing it with insurance companies. So yeah, that's where I am now. That's what I'm doing. I do have a lot of goals, in my career. Like, my next steps are getting more into the coding aspect, the hospital coding aspect. I'm not right now. I'm not really too keen on the outpatient coding, because as I've done a little research and done, everybody kind of has, what they prefer. You want to do outpatient, you want to do hospital coding. So I'm really I'm leaning more towards that aspect. But I am in no rush by any means. I feel like where I am in my career, in my position, like, I am learning so much, so much, because each insurance company, they have their own rules and regulations. And then, you're dipping into contracts. I'm reading contracts with our facilities all day. And now my company, the facility that I work with, has branched out more. So I'm having to pay more attention to different contracts with different facilities. So yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve, but it's in a good way. And I encourage, like, anybody that is starting out as a registrar to, like, utilize even that basic, like, knowledge, knowing what a subscriber ID is, knowing what a group ID is, knowing, when a plan was effective, learning what plan they have, your deductibles, your co-pays, all of that. Like, soak that in while you are a registrar. soak in, and again, like, it's so important as a registrar. Your job is so important, especially for us that we are in the back. Like, I'm in the back end now, so now I can really see. Like, if you don't take down that patient's name right, it's gonna affect the back end. Cause who we billing? Who we sending the bill to? If the name wrong or the date of birth wrong, you get what I'm saying? So, is is very important. But I just wanted to just come and just give like a quick little update and on like where I am in my career, like what I'm doing. I really appreciate and like really see all of the comments and you guys telling me like, hey, I just got a job as a registrar, or hey, I just like, I love to get you guys' feedback and like on that. But I will say it is a good stepping stone career. I mean, or it is a good stepping stone position to obtain. It really is. It's not an easy one, but hey, that's life sometimes. That's life. Sometimes you have to endure a little bit for bigger rewards, or for the greater good, So anyway, yeah, if y'all have any more questions about like what I'm doing now, or like anything that I've shared, as far as these types of positions in the hospital, just let me know. Just let me know, and I can answer them for them, or I can just make a whole separate video. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and update. I know it's been a while. I came in and I wasn't really talking about it. I was talking about my house, and which a lot was happening during that time. I picked up gardening, and I started gardening a lot, and which I'm still doing. But anyway, thank y'all so much. Thank you for always supporting my channel. It's a little difficult sometimes to post on YouTube, because it does take a lot of work. It really does. But I appreciate everybody. Yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.